All right, Jarity athletes, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the Jump Rope Dudes, and today the video that I'm going to be making and talking about is 7 reasons why or how jumping rope allowed me to become a surfer. So I started surfing about 4.5 years ago. Now, I want to make the claim here. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that I'm an advanced pro surfer in any way. If there's one thing I've learned, surfing is the hardest thing I've ever done. I think that's why I'm addicted to it. There are so many different levels of expertise you can get to. I'm definitely not like super advanced, but I will say that within these 4.5 to 5 years, I feel like I've progressed pretty quickly into the higher intermediate zone, and I feel like jump rope played a big role in that. So I kind of just want to talk about jumping rope, how that's allowed me to be a better swimmer, better surfer, and things like that. So let's get into it. Number 1, jumping rope just has given me more endurance, which is super important when you're in the ocean so that you can hold your breath longer. I've had a couple hold downs where I was definitely like, oh wow, this is bad. Like I'm under the water for a significant amount of time. And I think if I hadn't been someone who's been jumping rope so much, maybe I wouldn't have the lung capacity or ability to hold my breath like that. But simply put, when you're surfing in the ocean, it can be super dangerous and just, there's so many different factors that could mess you up, despite like, forget getting eaten by a shark, which is definitely a threat. I'm just talking about waves at a certain size can hold you down and things can go wrong out there. So I feel like just by getting your body into really good shape by using something with jump rope, that has allowed me to become a better swimmer and just exist in the ocean better than if I wasn't jumping rope. Number 2, jump rope has just given me more agility and balance. And if anyone out there has surfed before, you know that when you see a really advanced surfer surfing, you're just like,
oh yeah, look at him. It's super easy. You just stand up on the wave and go.
It's not like that at all. When you first stand up on a surfboard, it is the most unbalanced, crazy thing ever. And when you are riding on a wave, that wave is like, picture like you're riding a skateboard ramp, but the skateboard ramp is constantly moving depending on what day, the swell direction, the wind, how big the waves are, like the current, all these different things, the tide, all those things play a role in making waves just really difficult to stand up on a board and ride. So I feel like by having, jump rope has given me more balance and agility to just make the act of cruising on a wave, my reaction time's a little bit better, and I've been able to progress faster because of that. Number 3, I would say jumping rope again has just increased my stamina and endurance, but for this purpose, it has helped me with paddling. I think one thing new surfers like quickly discover is that getting up and riding the wave is like the reward for just being in the water. Like just being in the water is difficult enough, and paddling, like with how much paddling you have to do, it can get tiring really fast. In fact, the first 2 times I surfed, I remember just thinking like, dude, I'm never gonna be a surfer. Like this is just too difficult. I'm too exhausted. I can't even be in the water for more than like 15 minutes. I'm getting pelted by the waves. And so I think, having stamina enough to paddle for long periods of time has helped me out a lot. I can't stay in the water for 10 hours, but I've had sessions where I'm in the water for 2.5, 3 hours paddling a lot and fighting current. I still feel like, okay, I'm not super tired and have to go back in. Now, there's also been plenty of sessions where I've only been out there for 45 minutes and the ocean kicked my ass and I had to go back in. But, that's kind of how surfing is. Do you like thunder? Do you like bombs? Well, then boy, do I have a place for you. So today's video is brought to you by Thunderbomb Surf Camp, which is located in northern Nicaragua, and it is absolutely one of my favorite surf camps in the world for a couple of reasons. Mainly great waves. Yeah, the waves are really great there. The people are great. Honestly, I feel like the reason I keep going back to it is just because of the friendships I made and just the experience that I have every single time I'm there. If you're a beginner surfer, it's a great place to go because you can learn how to surf, and they have multiple breaks that they can easily drive you to. Some have softer waves, but then, if you're an advanced surfer and you're there with the boys and you want to get some barrels, they also have breaks like that. The wind there is always super low, so you can surf all day sometimes and not get any like choppiness in the water. All right, seriously though, one thing that you're gonna want on a surf trip after you get done surfing in the sun all day is you're gonna want to eat some food. They go over the top there. I'm talking like meals that you would eat in a 5-star restaurant kind of thing. They serve 3 meals a day. There's also unlimited beer and rum. They have an amazing pool. There's like multiple volcanoes and hikes very close to the house. The house is built on a paradise with like no one around you. Literally, I mean, it's like 5 to 6 feet and you're in the ocean. Like the house backs up directly to the ocean. There's a couple houses beside it, but it's super secluded. The sunsets are amazing. It's one of my favorite places in the world. If you want to check out Thunderbomb and see other packages, you can go there year round. That is all linked up in the description. DM me on Instagram, official jump rope dudes, and let me know if you have any questions. Number 4, flexibility. I feel like, again, because jumping rope trains every single muscle in your body, your reaction time, your balance, it also helps with your flexibility. Sometimes when you're on a wave, you have to get really low to maintain your balance. And if you're not flexible, riding a wave can be really difficult because you have to be able to adjust on your board. If you're pumping, you got to stand up really tall and then you got to come back down like that. So I would just say that flexibility is another thing that jump rope has certainly helped me with. Number 5, and this is an important one, preventing shoulder injury. I feel like by training with heavier jump ropes, I'm constantly training my shoulders, and one common injury that you see in surfing is people just getting swimmer's elbow or swimmer shoulders, which just means you get pain in your shoulders from paddling a bunch. And anyone who surfed can relate to that. Like when you're trying to like when a huge wave is coming right at you and you're like, oh, like I'm gonna get smashed by this wave, and you're like scraping on the water as fast as you can to get under it. I've pulled muscles in my shoulder because of that, and I feel like jumping rope has just helped me to keep my shoulders strong, to make those injuries a lot less than if I wasn't jumping rope. So yeah, I would say preventing shoulder injury. But also be careful, because if you overdo the jump rope and overdo the heavy rope and you're surfing a lot, you can also just get injured from overuse. Number 6, and this is sort of the theme of the whole video, but like my overall athleticism and alertness, my reaction time has increased, and that's super important because, dude, the ocean is gnarly. Like you can get really messed up by being a surfer. And so I feel like just having extra alertness and athleticism and all these things that I'm talking about has just helped me to be a little bit more dynamic in the water, versus if you're someone who doesn't jump rope at all or doesn't really move their body and then you go out and try to surf. And number 7, I think the reason jump rope has helped me become a surfer is just because jump rope prepares you for any sport. If you think about what jump rope is, you're literally just like shaking and using every single muscle in your entire body as you jump up and down. So whether you're a basketball player, football player, badminton, tennis, gymnast, skater, whatever it is, jumping rope is going to help you in whatever sport you decide to do. So we made another video called 5 reasons why jump rope is the best fitness tool in the world. And that's why I think it is the best overall fitness tool, is because whatever sport you're doing, you're definitely not going to suffer from doing jump rope. Like you will become a little bit more athletic and better at your sport because of doing jump rope. So anyone out there, whether you're, like I said, a surfer, skater, tennis player, boxer, I would just recommend doing jump rope because I think that's going to help you out in the long run and just to get more out of your workouts, burn more calories, become more athletic. So pick up a jump rope, dude. Just get a jump rope, dude. And if you want our jump rope, my favorite for fitness and weight loss, it's the cross rope. It's linked up here. You can enter code do the thing to get 15% off. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Comment below. Let's talk about it. What sport are you trying to get better at that you think maybe jump rope could help you with? See you guys later.